Bitcoin is about to get a massive short squeeze to the upside. I will show you multiple reasons that I have found today that are leading to this fact. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here once again. I thought I'd make today another live stream, and then tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, I do normal videos. But for today, another live stream. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm coughing from that dry air here in my office. So we jump directly into the CME chart, because that is one factor that is contributing to the potential short squeeze that I'm seeing right now. Bitcoin is roughly at $91,000. So, but that will still leave us with a $1,260 gap in a couple of hours when CME is opening again, and will most likely lead to that Bitcoin will start moving here into that $92,260 level where we closed on Friday, to close that CME gap and then continues to push higher. I will also show you in a moment a chart why we at this point will go much higher and potentially straight into a new all-time high. Oh, I see here 86 people watching. Soon it will be 100. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, I forgot actually to pop out the chat. Let me pop out the chat here before we move on so that I can see what's going on. And just, if you guys donate money again to the channel, if anyone is doing that, this time I do it a little bit different. Yesterday it happened the first time, so I was a little bit confused. Put this, if you're watching again, I'm really sorry that I waited until the end to get to you. If you donate again, or somebody else donates again, I will do it straight away. You know, I will just finish my thought and then I will straight jump into the question or the chart that the person is requesting by donating to the channel. Even though, of course, I don't need like the money. You know, it's not about the money for me. It's just I see it as a gesture, and I will then return the favor. You know, so. Now, let's go into the weekly chart for Bitcoin. Here, really important that Bitcoin is closing above the $89,000, $90,000 level today. Here's 11 hours currently left for that weekly candle to close. I still believe that we are closing it. Again, there's so many obvious reasons and confluence there why this should be happening. First of all, the CME chart, then the golden ratio, and now the next chart is also pointing to that fact. When we're going here into the lower time frames, the 50 minutes chart, here I have found something that first slipped my eye, but then when I went here to, I think it was the 30 minutes chart where I saw this, I saw it actually on a different screen, and then I was like, wait a second, here's something really interesting. So it depends how you want to draw this. You can do it either way. Either way is fine. So either you say, okay, if you would draw it like this with a downward sloping trend line, the trend line would have been already broken. So I tell you honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that line, and you will understand in a moment why. The horizontal level here with these highs, that is the level that I want to see to be broken. Now, on a 50 minutes chart, you can make the argument that Bitcoin is currently forming here a small inverse head and shoulders. And once that neckline here is broken, this one here, it will immediately bring us above that resistance line of $91,880 approximately. So you see here, this is a $93,556 target. And I'm going to show you in a moment again where my target is for the Bitcoin trade that I have currently open. I did not change anything. You can go back like the last 5 days since I have the trade. I did not move anything on that take profit point, but you will see it is really close to that price target here. Without that, I actually knew that this inverse head and shoulders will be forming here, and now price action is coming up to test the neckline. If we flip that neckline into support and start to break out, we go to the upside. So this would be also the next Bitcoin trade, guys. This is the next Bitcoin trade. If you were looking for a trade, that is the one. That is the one. You enter when you get a 15-minute candle close above 91,000. Let it be $500 to be safe. $500, and then you set your stop loss here at these lows of these candles here at 90,000. Also $90,500. So you have a $1,000 move to the downside if you would get stopped out, which is less, just shy of like to be over 1%. You know, so not a lot. It's not crazy. You know, so here I would even enter with like 20-25x. You know, worst case you lose like 28% on that trade, but the upside is of course way bigger. You know, so if we just measure here percentage wise, the upside. Yeah, so you look at 60% profit against a 28% stop loss, you know, so if you would trade this with 25x, you kind of use, of course, use way lower leverage if that is a little bit too crazy, you know, so, but I would not trade with more than 25x into that target, because you have to understand, we also move then into new all-time high. You know, if we hit this target here, it will be new all-time high. The prior all-time high is at $93,400 approximately. So this is what I'm currently looking at. And you see also here on the stochastic, there's a lot of room to go to the upside. The MACD is about to flip bullish again. The RSI is going to the upside. So here everything is pointing to a big go that we move here into higher prices. Now, on the 4-hourly chart with the MDX algo gradient, also here you see we have a perfect consolidation in terms of colorization, where we cooled down and now warming up again. We are currently holding above the golden ratio also here in the 4-hourly chart, which is really healthy. And as long as we can close this current 4-hourly candle, we most likely getting straight away a push to the upside, because also here on the reactor indicator we are kind of going sideways, and I have not seen this in quite a while. Look here, if I go back, when did we go here kind of sideways in a section like that? I have to scroll like really far, you know, back to find something like this. See, here's nothing, or here that section, but this is a little bit more extended than over here. So, but right now, like really kind of going straight to the right side is something that I haven't seen, or at least I cannot remember on a reactor indicator, which is again a really healthy sign just for some sideways consolidation before we get the next leg to the upside. Now, looking at my Bitcoin trade, here's what I mean. My price target is $93,800, so I'm like 0.2, 0.3% above the take profit of the inverse head and shoulders. But when we run into new all-time high at 93,000, roughly $600, what is $200? You know, so it will most likely spike to 94 or something like this, because there's also some Fibonacci levels sitting up there on some other time frames. So it would make sense that we once we break $93,600, that we touch here 93,800, 94,000, something like this. At that point, the trade will be closed. You see here, I'm really close to $500,000 on ZoomX currently. Yesterday it was 468. It was actually today already 501,000, but then sorry guys, Bitcoin pulled a little bit back. You can see that also over here, the red candles to the downside. So if we go back to like 91,500, then I'm again like up. And Solana also pulled back $4,000 earlier here on my trade, you know, so in terms of profit, $4,000 profit pulled back. So that's why. So, but we're getting there. You know, again, guys, if you want to trade with me on ZoomX together and take the same trades that I'm taking, then sign up there. You stand then a chance to win $500 twice per week. If you deposit $100 and open at least one single trade, can be $1, doesn't matter, in, out, closed, and you are done with it. Tomorrow I'm gonna tomorrow I'm gonna draw another winner. So you have some time there. Now, sorry, I need to drink something. or we continue. So here, the frog in my throat, horrible. So now on the 12-hourly chart, here again, one more reason why we're going to fly when we break here the $91,800 level. You see it here. We are knocking for how long now? For 3 days at that level with almost every single 12-hourly candle. So, and what happens when we are retesting over and over the same level? It weakens until we are breaking through it. It's not getting stronger. The more often we hitting it, it's just getting weaker. It's like if you have a sledgehammer and you hit against a wall, you know, a reinforced steel cement wall, at some point the wall will start getting cracks, you know, so, and then you break through at some point. And this here the same thing, you know, so we hammer and hammer and hammer, and at one point we are just getting released and push through it to the upside. So this is what I'm currently waiting for. Look here at the stochastic RSI completely flatlining, the RSI also just going sideways in super bullish territory. We are here a little bit, we are slightly overbought, just a little bit, not much on the RSI, but we have still room to go higher. So this is still not something really concerning to me, especially with the bullishness here in the current Bitcoin price action, plus that we are holding the newly formed VPVR cluster, the underlying VPVR cluster that is giving us support. Now, when it comes to high leverage liquidity, that is sitting here on the liquidation levels, then you can clearly see that we have now some shorts sitting here above us that are absolutely over leveraged and at any given moment could get liquidated. Once we are doing this and we are breaking here above, you see already $92,450. From that level onwards, we should trigger a short squeeze. I will show that later after this chart in the next one, where you are going to understand why exactly from there we are going to trigger a massive short squeeze. And do I believe that we will see before that a move to the downside back here to like $87,000? No, I think we can rule this out. I don't. So right now, my thesis is that we are not coming back to these levels down here until we have either hit or really, really close to $100,000. So, and that means everything in shorts that is sitting above us gets liquidated. And then I have said it, I think 2 days ago, once we hit $100,000 or get really, really close to $100,000, it's like striking a nerve and you see an imminent wick to the downside, where people just selling off because it's six figures, you know. So there are people sitting with 5 Bitcoins, you know. So let them sit on the 5 Bitcoins for the last 20 months and they bought them at $22,000, you know. So one of them. So they spent $110,000. Now they're sitting at $500,000 when just a little bit over $500,000 when we hit $100,000. There are so many normal people out there that will sell at this price because they think it's not going higher. You know, it's their first time in a bull run. They're like, this is not going higher. You know, it hits $100,000. I'm out. You know, so, and there's a shit ton of people like this. There's also a shit ton of people that have held over multiple years. They were here potentially even before me when I started. So there were a handful of people like this. And they just think, okay, $100,000, it's time to sell a little bit of my stash again. So trust me, there is massive, massive sell pressure coming when we are hitting close or exactly $100,000. So, and there will be a massive wick to the downside at that moment in time. I have seen it so many times in other bull runs when we hit round numbers. It's every single time the same thing. You know, we hit $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 every single time you see a strong reaction candle to the downside. Now, the good thing here on the 4-hourly chart is that the price action is riding the EMA ribbon here and every single time gets supported from the upper end of the EMA ribbon, which is also, again, a sign of a really, really strong uptrend that we have established and the momentum that has built up over the last weeks here. And I'm quite surprised that we are still keeping this up here at the current price levels. Something else that you can also do is can make a case here on the 4-hourly chart for a small bullish pennant currently. So something like this here. Actually not a huge fan of drawing this like this. Either more like this. So, but you have then here that small fake out. So here we are just about to break through this. Maybe the current candle will already push through it. If it's not the current one, it will be the next one. Oh, I see here some new levels coming in. Interesting. So, but yeah, so the other thing is the liquidity is sitting down here at like $84,000. I think we can remove that. These guys, they're either taking profit or they're going to close the position when price is turning around. I don't believe that these levels will remain here in the future. And if they do, it will take a long time until they get taken out, because I don't see Bitcoin pulling back like into these regions here anytime soon. I can be wrong, but right now I'm just not seeing it. Then on the liquidation heat map, here you understand now why I'm saying we are going to get a short squeeze. First of all, $91,800 was something that I also mentioned. Remember, guys, once we are breaking above that level, that is where the line is that I have shown here on the 15. Where is this chart now? Here, remember, $91,800. So there we are starting to liquidate the concentrated shorts that have built up here. And once we are past that, here, $92,500, you see here, there the concentration stops and then release, push higher. And where does then liquidity come in again? $94,000. So here in that gap, price will just snap to the upside. So, and that is the short squeeze that I'm looking at currently. Now, when I go to Bybit, no, not this Bybit, here, this Bybit, here you can see my phantom trade is now up $2,300. Actually, I was up here today already $9,000. Yesterday also at some point. The other trades were also all positive. But I know that the time is coming right now where we see all these coins actually running to the upside. So I can wait another day or two to this, for this to be happening, you know, that they actually stay in profit. But yeah, we just need to be sometimes a little bit patient with these trades, you know, guys. So I will show you, of course, more altcoin trades here that we can take advantage of. If you want to also trade on Bybit, guys, really simple. There is still the airdrop campaign going on. So my stupid computer earlier shut down. Was it? Yeah, so this is the link. So here, there you go. Here on Bybit, you still get a $500 airdrop position if you sign up and deposit $100 with the link in the description. And on all of these coins, you can claim your $500 airdrop position. You just go to the rewards hub and claim it there, use the airdrop voucher, and all the profits belong to you. And I'm going to show you on Alpha X actually how you can make with small amounts, really big amounts, and how that compounding factor can help you actually to become really, really rich in this cycle. You don't need another cycle. You can do it in this cycle. Привет. Я тебя видите. So now the Bitcoin dominance is still in the rising wedge pattern here. After we broke yesterday back into it. Now we have an indecision candle here. I would like to see that we pull a little bit lower. We don't need much. We only need to pull like to 60%, then it will turn red. So the good thing about a candle like this is it usually signals continuation to the downside. So because the initial pattern was here, or the initial move was the big move to the downside. Now we have an indecision candle. And when we come out of a downwards move, the next move is also to the downside. And that is the continuation. Then we maybe get some sideways movement before we then break down the rising wedge and start to go lower. So that is what I'm looking out for today. It doesn't matter if we close the candle as it is or if it moves a little bit higher, as long as we have an indecision candle. Tomorrow should be a really good day for altcoins, but it depends on how today's candle is closing and if Bitcoin is creating that short squeeze. The total free market cap also still here on a rampage. In the next couple of days, we definitely want to break the $837 billion level, and then we'll really fast move in direction of 925. I don't believe that we are immediately going to break this level here on the first attempt, because remember also here from the past, there is a lot of resistance up here from these areas over here. But being already at $900 billion total market cap will be really, really, really exciting for us. You saw yesterday what happened with mostly all the coins that I mentioned. They pumped 20%. That's what's going to happen again when we see here a big candle in one single day going in direction of $900 billion. So let me see. Да, я говорит по-русски. Я учить говорить по-русски в Дубае, вы мои друзья. Да, я есть еще мой квартира в Киеве. Sorry guys, I speak Russian with the people that are in the chat. I only told them, yeah, I speak Russian. I learned it in Dubai. I have still my apartment in Kiev, you know, so I know for Russian people it's hard with English. For most of them, not all of them. So that's why, sorry guys, that I speak a little bit Russian here with these guys. So then Ethereum right now, in my opinion, this is a level where you can already enter if you want. You don't need to wait here any longer. We had here already a massive pullback. You can technically still wait for this downward sloping trend line to be broken if you want. But I would potentially not wait, because Ethereum is massively, massively lagging behind, because Solana is now on its way to its all-time high. As I told you for many, many days that it's going to happen when we break $225. Now we are really close to it. And here in Ethereum, unless we get a massive drop in Bitcoin out of nowhere, we will not see that price will come down one more time to this downward sloping trend line here on that daily chart here. So which would be exactly $3,000. I'm not seeing it, that we get another candle touching this. So I'd rather that we start moving from here back to the upside, because also here the stochastic is about to print a buy signal. MACD will get us a continuation signal with the trend line bouncing off the signal line, and the RSI will then also turn around. So currently the RSI is not doing a lot to favor upside, because we are below that downward sloping resistance line. Then Solana is pulling back a little bit, but absolutely normal. We had here a massive pump to the upside all the way up to $242. So we have almost $242.5. So we have not been in these levels for 3 years. So it's absolutely normal that we see a small pullback from here. And getting then over the next couple of days the continuation into the 2.618 level, and afterwards straight into a new all-time high. So I hope that many of you guys were able to catch this trade, because I had given you so many opportunities to actually get in. You know, we were trading Solana since $140. You know, so technically you could be in a trade since $140, and you would have almost even without leverage, doubled your money, you know. So if you put leverage on it, then it would be even more. So, but here, currently we are pulling back, which is absolutely fine. The indicators also signaling here on the 4-hourly chart a pullback, with the stochastic giving us a sell signal, RSI pulling back. Stochastic is still, the MACD is still bullish, but let's see what's going on the lower time frames. Yeah, 1-hourly also says we're still pulling back. So here, this will potentially stop pulling back when we touch the EMA ribbon on the 1-hourly chart, and this can go as low as $226, $227, and from there we're getting in the bounce and get continuation into higher levels. So if you're looking for catching up because you missed the entry down here, then just set now some limit orders at $226, $227, $228. To make sure when we are coming down that you get filled and then can trade the continuation into a new all-time high. So here on Alpha X, you see what I'm talking about. Here my Solana trade is currently up $257, 140% roughly. My Sui trade that I opened yesterday is up almost also $100, $93 right now, 33%. And my Solana trade was actually over $300 today already, you know. So and now my portfolio was earlier when I checked $902 or something. So now I look with you guys together. I did not check again. 902. Okay, you see, I lost here like $70 on Solana right now, but $835. If you go back a week, I think, to some of my videos, this was $120, $140, you know, so just a week ago, guys. So, and this is what I want to show you guys, that even with small amounts, you know, even if you think that these amounts are ridiculous, you know, so you can compound this into really big positions over time, you know, so don't try to get rich overnight, do it slowly and do it consistently, and you will get results like that, you know. So here, this is basically a 6-7x on my initial amount that I have used, and it did only take me a week, you know, so, or maybe 10 days, something like this, you know. So it was not crazy, like 3 months or something, you know. I did this in 7 to 10 days. I have now to look in the in my past orders how long exactly, but it was in that kind of time span. So, and here on AlphaX, guys, if you want to trade just with your MetaMask wallet or your Trust wallet, then use the link in the description of the video. You get $100 just for signing up there that you can trade with. So then you basically have the same baseline that I had, that I started out with. So plus if you deposit $100, you stand a chance to win $500 on top of that, you know. So make use of that while you can, because maybe you get an edge, you know. Maybe you are the next one that wins $500 if you deposit $100, and then you can start with $600 instead of just $100 for signing up, you know. So now one of the coins that pumped yesterday like crazy, as I mentioned, did I mention Algo yesterday? Some of you guys that were here yesterday, did I talk about Algo yesterday? I cannot remember anymore. Did I or did I not? I'm not sure anymore if I spoke yesterday about Algo. So I give it here a couple of seconds because there is a quite a delay, you know. So until you guys can write it in the chat, but I would like to know from you guys. Did I speak about Algo yesterday? I'm not sure anymore. Thank you. Come on, guys. Did you speak about Algo or not? Fuck, is this a long delay, man? Okay, I gotta check here in a second again, because this is taking quite a while. So here, Algo pumped here massively to the upside yesterday. Currently, we are pulling back here into that big order block where we have a lot of selling still happening. Here's still over $200 million worth of sell orders. But what I wanted to show you with Algo is something that I was talking definitely yesterday about, and that is these major support resistance flip lines that we see across the board. Once they are broken, price snaps to the upside. And now look at this here. So I actually will make this quick another color. This line here, once this line was broken, and also this down here, this not so much, but this one here. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I really cannot remember, you know, so because I was going through so many coins that I really did not know anymore. So, but it's fine. So, but here you see now on that white line, you know, so I showed you yesterday many coins where I said, look, here was support, then it was support, then again support, and then when it broke support, it turned into resistance. Here, resistance confirmation. And here then, we broke it with a really big impulse move to the upside. So I have shown you yesterday a lot of setups that look exactly like this and have not made their move yet. So and this is why I had shown you this yesterday, because some of the coins that I had given you yesterday started making these kind of moves. And Algo was one of them, but even though I was not talking about Algo. And now I see some other coins doing something similar really soon. One of them is Polkadot. Polkadot is, you can argue that it is also one of the Dino coins, you know, so because it is already for multiple cycles around. And I can guarantee you that once we are breaking $6.20, you're gonna see another big snap to the upside. So do I think that we are immediately staying above that line here, that downward sloping trend line? No. So, but what I believe is going to happen here is that initially we get a pump, the candle will go above the downward sloping trend line, but because this is a multi-month resistance line, we will start to pull back then below that line here, and then a couple days later, the next day, 2-3 days later, at that point we are going to break above that line, and then we're going to get another big move to the upside, because Polkadot has also not have yet one of these God candles, where we just move up like this, so didn't happen yet in this run, so it's still outstanding, and it's basically a ticking time bomb, so once it breaks $6.20, it's going to send to the upside. Currently, if you're looking for an entry level around $5.52 or anything below that is good to enter, because once we are breaking here $6.20, it's just going to fly, so you want to make sure that you get in as cheap as possible before this is starting to move here to the upside. And that is actually also one of the next trades I'm looking at. So then Phantom, I'm again plus minus zero right now with my trade, because you see here this downward sloping trend line on Phantom on the 1 hourly chart currently is giving us a lot of headache on Phantom. So even though I believe that in the next couple hours we're going to smash through it, just give it a little bit more time. On the 4 hourly chart, we are about to get a buy signal in the next 2.5 hours. So here, currently, why we are moving down is because the 9 moving average is giving us resistance. And at the same time, we have this downward sloping trend line also creating selling pressure and is holding us down. So once we are able to move above the 9 moving average here, at the same time, in my opinion, we're also going to break the downward sloping trend line and we start flying here to the upside. So we have today tried, or in the last 24 hours, we have basically tried with every single 4 hourly candle to stay above that trend line, and we failed. But again, the more often we test a level like this, the weaker it gets, and at some point we are just going to step through it, and most likely so significant that we're not coming back to it again. So, and that would mean we would move here past these highs at 76 cents, 0.8 approximately. It doesn't have to happen in one 4 hourly candle, but in one daily candle. It's going to happen in one daily candle where we just break here above $76. Let it be $77. 77 cents above that, and then we are not coming back below 76 cents and below that downward sloping trend line. So if you're looking for an entry into Phantom, also here right now, as long as we're above 72 cents, 0.5, I would consider entering. If you want to play it safe, you wait for a reclaim of the 9 moving average or a break of the downward sloping trend line, which would be currently around 74 cents. So that's absolutely up to you. I'm, as you know, already in a trade. Right now it's plus minus zero again. I may be up like $200-300 after that pullback, but it's fine. I can wait, because something else that I'm seeing here is that we potentially form a cup and handle pattern. So the next candle should get us here above 77 cents. Then we maybe pull back a little bit, and then we get a breakout. You see here, if it draws like this, so here you have your cup and handle pattern. There you go. So, and that price target of that cup and handle pattern brings us close to 90 cents, even without measuring it. I can see that with my bare eyes, that if I would draw here from these highs, a line like this, so I extend the same line to the upside, kinda. So you see, it gets us really close to 90 cents if it turns out to be a cup and handle pattern. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, Andrew. So then Arbitrum, what did I tell you guys yesterday? I told you guys when we break 66 cents, 0.7, Arbitrum is going to fly. That's what happened here in yesterday's candle. Now, currently we are retesting that level as support, which is healthy, really, really healthy, guys. And this is your re-entry level or your entry level. If you missed the entry from all the way down here from the golden ratio when I called it, then this is your next level where you enter right now. Here also, I would not particularly be waiting that we touch this level because the RSI is extremely bullish. The MACD will give us a continuation. The RSI, stochastic RSI, is about to print a buy signal in the next 7 hours if we continue with this trajectory. And I would just not wait, so you might miss the train, and the train is leaving without you, once we break this downward sloping trend line here, and you don't want to miss that train because the next stop is 82 cents, so 82 cents from here is a 20% move, almost. Yeah, see here 19%, it's a 19% move from current prices, so you don't want to miss that because of that 1% here or 1.5%, and wait for that touch here to the downside. So I would not do that. So what I would do is I would set a really tight stop loss here at 65 cents, just in case that it breaks down for whatever reason, that you don't lose too much money. And then you just wait, if it goes lower or if it comes back and continues to go higher, because then on the reclaim, you can just re-enter, here at 67 cents. You just re-enter there and then trade this to the upside. Then Celestia also moving sideways today, but we pumped yesterday. We pumped today and yesterday and today. We pumped here really, really nice. But you see here this big resistance cluster currently. These are all sell orders. If I collect here everything together, it's almost $100 million worth of sell orders all the way up to $5.86, and really close to that level is my sell order. So we need to push through this. On the 1 hourly chart, things are not looking too bad, so but on the 4 hourly chart, there's, I think here's one more leg to the upside for Celestia that might bring us into the golden ratio here, and from here we get a rejection. A really bad rejection is what I believe is going to happen here. But on the other hand, the RSI could still go much higher. So maybe not. Maybe we will just start to flatline here while the RSI enters overbought conditions at some point, and that could bring us then all the way up to $5.83. So we need to watch it a little bit, what's going to happen here around the golden ratio with the stochastic RSI at the same time. But if we keep pushing here as we currently are pushing, then I would ignore the stochastic RSI and just look what the RSI is doing and the MACD. So the MACD is bullish, and of course also the price action in terms of the Fibonacci levels. So, but again, it is not a bad idea to open a position here around the 0.5 level, $5.23 if we come back down to it, which is just 1%. So if we are not coming back down, then you wait for a break of $5.39 approximately currently. Then AVAX, I know some guys were asking for AVAX. I also gonna get into link in a moment. We are again here 38 minutes. So I try to keep it a little bit, just a little short of an hour. So now AVAX has also right now one of these levels. Once we're breaking above it, we start to fly. Look at this here. Let me actually make this a solid line really quick. So here you see it, that line. Support, resistance, 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 support, resistance, then support, support. Here technically only resistance, and since then did not break that resistance. So now 2 times already in the last, 5 days? Yeah, 5 days that we retested that and we're not able to break through this. Once we break through here, $37.82, you are going to see a nice candle, most likely straight up to 43 cents 71. Now, when you look at the measurement, this is also a 15, almost a 16% move that AVAX will pull in one single day. So, and it can happen as early as tomorrow because the stochastic already gave us a buy signal. The MACD is extremely bullish with the buying momentum that we are seeing here. And the RSI is slightly rolling over here, but also still a lot of room to go higher on the daily. So don't fade this. If we get, for whatever reason, a small pullback to $35.20-ish, I would say, buy as much as you can, because we will not go lower than this. And just retest this as support, and then we break to the upside. Otherwise, your last moment to enter, and the safest play to enter, will be at $37.77. So if you don't know how to set up conditional orders, with conditional orders, you can set up orders that will get triggered when the price reaches this level. So you can, for example, do this on Bybit, but you need to look it up how you actually do this, because if you do it the wrong way, you will actually already execute an order at this price, even before the price has reached this price level. So look up how to do that, because then you can set up orders in both directions before the price actually went there. So it's a really, really useful tool that you have on Bybit. Actually, guys, let me also have a look here. Currently on the Fibonacci extensions, where we go next. So here you see Fibonacci extensions. There, let me make this a little bit more accurate. So here, $50. $50 is the next target for AVAX. So if I open a trade at $37.77, I'm not closing before we hit $50. That is the next level where we're most likely going to get a rejection. Then Elrond, one of these coins, once we break above, what level do we need to look here? Really going to fly above $41. So once we are above $41, Elrond is definitely going to fly. Before that, we can see another run up, like we have seen here over the next couple of days, because that was healthy what we saw. We had here a massive run up, then we pulled back, now we are running up again, creating here in that local structure higher highs and higher lows. So, and as long as we keep doing this in that kind of manner, we can come up here really quickly, fairly quickly, into 41 cents. $41. So, and from there we are going to get then also a big impulse move to the upside. So I will not explain it again. So you just need to go back, look here at $41. Massive support in the past, then resistance, then here again support, then resistance again. So once we are flipping major levels like that, so you get big reactions. And here on the indicators, there might be a little bit more chop back to like slightly below $30, but every time this goes below $30, it is a big buying opportunity in my opinion. Coty, also right now a good buy. I had called it all the way here when we broke the downward sloping trend line, even before it happened. I said here it's going to break like 2 weeks ago or something. And I did this with, where do I have, I will actually do it just with this. So let's make this here the 50 moving average. So, and let's just change the color of it. So, and then we do the same here with the 200, because we got a golden cross here. So are about to get one. So let me make this blue. So what's going on here? Did we get it yet, or are we about to get it? 250. We are about to get it. So we are about to get that golden cross. So I will take here the 9 moving average away. So you see here the 50 is turning around. So another a week. Give it a week, and we will get that golden cross here on the daily chart for Coty. But remember what I said. I said close to the golden cross, we will be above 10 cents, 11 cents, and that is also what we saw here with these moves. So now again, currently I believe it is a good moment to enter into Coty. If you want to trade this, you just need a little bit patience for a bigger move here into like 13 cents, 14 cents. but it's still good in my opinion because the indicators all signaling continuation. The MACD, the stochastic RSI, and also the RSI, everything is bullish and trimmed for continuation. Then Pendle is one of the other coins that I'm currently looking at. Then we are looking here at the golden ratio because that is the support level that needs to hold currently. Once we are closing above $5.40, it becomes a good entry for me because we have then confirmation that we are most likely leaving now this range and going into higher price levels. Here, the way that the stochastic is shaping up for a buy signal is something that I not particular really like because it can also turn really easily around. So here I would have a quick look into lower time frames. The 4-hourly chart, not looking too bad. That looks like a solid buy signal. If we can hold the current level for the next 2.5 hours, the RSI is also just going sideways here because we try to establish support around that golden ratio level and above that golden ratio level. Once we have done this, we should get continuation into here, $10 for Pendle. So 1 second. Cannot do in German, then everybody's leaving. Sorry for that. So ZRX is one of the other coins that I had today a look at. Also here, currently just retesting major former resistance, now potentially turned into support. If we can close today above 30, that'd be 39 cents, you know, so we're not away, 39 cents, and this will also start to fly really quickly back to 50 cents, all the way up here. I would not even look that much at the indicators because these are just key areas that were for a long time resistance here for a couple of months. Look here, since June we are below this. So and that is now 5 months that we are below that level, and this is the first time that we are actually getting a proper retest above that level here. So if that retest is successful and we're bouncing off here, we're gonna fly really quickly. So also good to enter right now. So then Telegram, also one of the coins that finally started to move to the upside. Here we need a daily close today above that downward sloping trend line and $5.55. And from there I would enter if I would not have already a trade on Telegram. That's the two levels that I would be considering entering from. And then I would trade this also here in the next golden ratio, $8, $8.26. That would be my target, below here, $6.14 first, like I said yesterday. And if we can manage to establish support here and get continuation, then the next level would be $8 to the upside. So now only Casper left. Casper, also in my opinion, good to enter right now. Here also, we are currently sitting at a major support resistance flip zone. Look at this here. If I draw here a line, you see it again. If once we close above here 15, let it be 15 cents 0.1, 15 cents 0.1, and it is good to enter, my opinion. Wait for the daily close today. If we can manage to close above that, enter there. MACD signals continuation. RSI is going to the upside. Stochastic RSI has a buy signal and has also a lot of room to go higher. I think this is not turning around if we get above 15 cents 0.1, not turning around before we hit at least here 18 cents 0.4, potentially even 20 cents. Now, I will have a quick look at Link because I saw some people were asking for it. The chat went away, so I have to pull up the chat again. There I have you guys. Let's see. So link. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a quick look at Link and Ape, and then I'm gonna run because I want to keep it below an hour today. So we're at 49 minutes, almost 50 minutes. Let me have a look here for Link. I was looking earlier at Link, but it was not really interesting for me. and that's why there was not much to say about Link right now, you know. So that is the reason why I did not include it in today's video, because we need a break of $15.35 to get here the next major move in Link, you know. So here also not a huge fan in the way that the stochastic RSI is looking, because like I said, this can also easily turn around to the downside. The RSI is already pointing to the downside. Here on the MACD, we don't have a dark green candle, which also means that we are losing here a buying momentum instead of getting more momentum into Link. But this can be due to the fact that we are really close to this $15.35 resistance level, and just getting from there hammered, you know. So, and that's why we are just ranging here currently until we find the momentum to break through this. But I can tell you, once we are breaking through this, also here, the next stop, $19.50 approximately to the upside. So, which is over a 30% move into the next level here. So this is, yeah, okay, it's like a 27% move to the upside from that level. So now the last one was Ape. Where did I have Ape? Ape I had here. So you see yesterday, Ape was one of the coins that we spoke yesterday about. I'm pretty sure that that was one of the coins. So and you see here how this thing was flying yesterday here to $1.32. After I called it, it was like, I don't know, like an hour or 30 minutes after we ended the stream. How much was it yesterday? So here, 21.4% after I called it, you know. So now we are fighting with the 9 moving average to stay above this. If we can manage to stay above this, we're going to see another pop here really, really soon. Most likely another retest of this downward sloping trend line that is currently sitting at $1.52. Here, if you zoom out, you see here from where that trend line is coming. So this is a multi-year downward sloping trend line, you know. So it was not surprising that we got hammered to the downside in October when we reached it, and now building up momentum to retest this here again, most likely in a cup and handle formation, because this looks here like a super round shape. We might come up here, retest this, pull back once again, form the handle, and then we break to the upside. It doesn't have to happen that way, but currently it is a possibility, you know. So just due to the fact that this is here a super rounding shape. So, but this is also really healthy, you know. When you see shapes like that, where we get a rounding consolidation, then you know, okay, we will not go back to the underlying levels here to like 90 cents, you know, unless something crazy happens. And from here, it's mostly up, you know. So if you want to buy spot, you know, so it's a good place to buy spot. If you want to leverage, just don't do it with 10x, you know. So yeah, there's not much more to say to this. XRP, I don't think XRP went crazy. I will just have a look at the current price and then decide if I open the chart of XRP or not. But if it's not at $1.20 at least or higher, so where is here XRP? Where do I have XRP here? Actually, I'm gonna have a quick look at Doge. Am I blind or where is here XRP? So I know I have it here on this. Here XRP, $1.12. Yeah, no, just pulling back $1.13. Not really running right now. So I said Doge, DeFi, because earlier somebody was asking about Doge. Remember that. There we go, Doge. So Doge. So here, look at this. That's how you know you cannot make the stuff up, you know. So look here how perfectly we came down to the 2.618 and bounced off that straight back to the upside today. And at the same time, touched the 9 moving average. So here, when it comes to Doge, I think Doge is getting ready. Give it maybe 3-4 days. And it will move again past 40 cents. It maybe takes 2-3 days, maybe faster. So here, if you're looking for a Doge trade, so here's your downward sloping trend line that you're looking for to break. So we have here a pennant, a bullish pennant. So you look at this. So when this pennant breaks, so here's your technical target all the way up. 52 cents, almost 53 cents is the next target here to the upside for Doge. Once we are breaking 37 cents, 0.5. From there we are going to fly to the upside. So if we get that lucky and we come back here to like 34.4 cents for some reason, retest one more time the Fibonacci extension level here, I would slam the buy button straight from there. Guys, I have to run. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you again with more profits tomorrow.